What's up guys, my name's Deepcut, welcome back to Cartoon Universe. Today, we're talking about the new Netflix animated movie, K-Pop Demon Hunters. If I sound depressed, keep in mind how hard it is to have fun with the state of the world right now. But thankfully, K-Pop Demon Hunters is fun, so let's talk a little bit about that. Now to be honest, when I first heard the premise for this movie, I felt like I was in something of a fever dream. K-pop is a craze that has taken the world by storm, especially America. This was something I really didn't expect growing up, as K-pop was basically unheard of at that time, and J-pop was starting to make its way into America thanks to anime. Thanks to Korean barbecue, however, K-pop has taken over the States, and it makes sense that this sort of industry would want its own multimedia project in order to promote its music. So what we get is K-Pop Demon Hunters, a movie about a Korean pop star trio who doesn't just sing for audiences, fame, and money, but also to fight the forces of evil. Now, the movie's about 3 Korean pop stars in a group called Huntrix who have been dominating the industry for years now with an annual pop idol competition, but by night, they fight demons, of course. This isn't just done with awesome action fight scenes, but also with their music itself. It's not through K-pop specifically that this has to be done, but these girls, Rumi, Mira, and Zoe, are part of a line of women that have been fighting demons this way for generations. In the past, these women would have served more of a ceremonial, ritualistic kind of priestly role, where they would have spent their lives singing and fighting demons in order to grow more in harmony with the spiritual universe. With music being about harmony, they're required to get everyone in the audience to harmonize with them emotionally through their music, allowing them to channel the energy they need to fight demons, but also to seal the barrier between the worlds. I was actually surprised when I realized this was a movie and not a TV series because it seems like the perfect setup for an ongoing show. After that, I thought there must be at least a 3-movie plan and potential to go even beyond that. But apparently the creators of this movie intended it to just be a single movie without any future stories in the same world. But considering how popular the movie already seemed to be getting before it was released, I have to imagine these plans are going to change. Whether the original team returns or they hire entirely new people to keep it going, I have to imagine this is the perfect way to get more and more people interested in K-pop. Now, the real conflict for the movie comes from 2 sources. First, in addition to this group of girls that we call Huntrix, there's also a boy band on the rise known as the Saja Boys, who are very clearly evil demons trying to use the power of magic to harm the world. On top of this, it's revealed that Rumi herself is actually half demon, something she keeps from the other girls, and when they find out, they are not happy about it. The use of a boy band for the villains in this movie is actually kind of genius in my opinion because of the gender play between the groups. Here in the US, K-pop is very popular both with women and men, but I would say it's primarily women who keep this fan base going, and a lot of that isn't just about the music, but more so about the fascination with the artists, and with most of the fans being girls, most of the fascination is with the boys. I don't know any K-pop bands by name or any K-pop performers by name, but I just got back from a trip where I was visiting my niece where her K-pop obsessed best friend was in the back seat, and all she was doing for the hour-long car trip was scrolling through pictures of K-pop boys and just saying, "This guy's hot. This guy's hot. This guy's hot." With that in mind, the main characters should actually be women. Characters that the female fans can proxy into when watching the movie. Because of this, the Saja Boys aren't just evil antagonists, but they're also the primary love interest for our main characters. When it comes to Rumi, this is taken a bit more seriously as she's actually half demon, and because of that, she can actually relate to our villains, particularly the leader of the Saja Boys, Ji-woo. The other girls get some fun on-the-nose shipping dynamics with the other characters as well, with the girls finding the Saja Boys undeniably hot, and the fans finding it really interesting when the 2 groups overlap. At one point, they even begin posting out-of-context photos on social media, insisting that the different members of the 2 bands are falling in love with each other. So between finding them hot and needing to destroy them, it makes for a really fun balance within the movie, while also giving the girls who love K-pop characters that they can directly proxy into, who themselves get to interact and flirt with these K-pop boys that they obsess over. It's kind of the most immersive film for a fandom I could think of without them actually having K-pop on, because the music is all in English. But it really just hits the ball out of the park with what it's trying to do. Me personally, I'm not a fan of musicals, but I can enjoy them, and it's a lot easier when they have something of a musical theme instead of trying to hit all of the different notes or be classic show tunes. K-Pop Demon Hunters definitely has that going on for it, but as someone who isn't really used to the K-pop music genre, I wasn't a big fan of any song in particular. Instead, each song just seemed pretty good, like it was exactly what they needed for the scene, and much better than if this had been a traditional musical. But I would say the style of the music really shined in particular when it came to the action. Now, for those who don't know about this, I've actually ranted several times about the importance of music and action sequences within animation in particular. Personally, I actually find action really boring if it's not choreographed to really cool music. This is something that started for me way back in the 1990s with Power Rangers, which had the same soundtrack for every single episode, but it was just really good music. I honestly didn't even care about the plots of the Rangers and their lives, because they mostly just hung out at this gym bar anyways. But these action scenes synced to the rock music was really just perfect for me. And it set the stage for me to want that for the rest of my life from everything else. When it comes to K-pop Demon Hunters, it reminded me mostly of Sailor Moon. Both in the Japanese and the English versions, there was a recurring soundtrack that Sailor Moon would use from one episode to the next that really helped set the tone for the story and get you interested in seeing the fight scenes. But they'd also have really epic action scenes that would only come once or twice a season that used special music and really just kicked the action up to a new level. Basically, what makes K-pop Demon Hunters work is it's kind of like this across the entire movie. The action animation is pretty awesome, the background effects, colors, and lighting make everything tie together, and when you have this music, it seems like you're watching just a series of K-pop music videos set to really cool action and sometimes romance and stuff. As far as getting someone new into this genre, it's kind of the perfect tool for it, and I can actually see myself watching this again and again, and I see a lot of people watching this sort of on a repeated loop over and over because it has the same replay value as listening to a really good album. Now, for those of you who have been to this channel before, you might be expecting a really deep esoteric dissection of the religious and spiritual themes in the show, but honestly for this video I wanted to keep it rather simple. The spiritual themes actually have a lot of history to them, don't get me wrong, but you can basically watch any other video I've made on this topic for a different show and apply those same ideas here and get the same information. Instead, what I really like is how that sort of took a backseat to what their real theme was, which is the use of music for good and evil. By making it about humans versus demons, they were able to create these very obvious lines of which team was good and which team was evil, with the girls and Huntrix being the good guys, of course. They use their music to harmonize and make people feel like they're part of a greater group, but they actually use that to create good change in the world. Traditionally, this was the goal of music in any society, to create songs that didn't just connect to the people, but also connected them to the greater purposes of their civilization. This can also be used in negative ways, however, as we see with the Saja boys. When you remove the religious and spiritual metaphors, what you really have here is the Huntrix trying to unite people through music. But a big problem with music these days is that it isn't trying to unite people, it's just trying to make a profit. And in order to do that, it has to make people feel like they're united, even if there's no greater good that they're building towards. This is where the Saja boys of course come in, as they just want to use the powers of humanity for evil. To do this, their music isn't that different from the girls over at Huntrix, but they instead use it to brainwash the humans into thinking that they have somewhere they belong even though they don't. And that is often what music and fandoms as a whole offer to the people who enjoy them. It's a money-making process wrapped up in the idea that you should also have spiritual or human connection. And while that still can be done while making a profit, it can also very easily be taken and corrupted by evil institutions. But what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, or come hang out with us in the Cartoon Universe Discord server where we talk about this and other cartoons on the daily. Right now, we're partnering with Hideout for a room building contest right in the server. Hideout is a Discord activity in beta testing that can be described as a mix between Habbo Hotel and Club Penguin, but right inside of your text channels. Basically, it's a little video game within Discord where you can create pixel art virtual versions of yourself and customize your own room to your heart's desire. We want to help the Hideout team test the new build mode and collect feedback before a wider release, and that's why we're holding a room building contest with cash prizes and in-game rewards for creativity and participation. To get started, launch Hideout in the dedicated building room channel on the Cartoon Universe server and find an empty spot on the island to start decorating. If all the spots are taken, just let one of the staff members know and the Hideout team can make another island with even more spots for you to build on. Use the room editor to build your own space, and when you're done, take a screenshot of your finished space and post it in the competition entries channel. First place is a $30 gift card, and there are second and third place prizes as well. The contest ends on June 29th, so get in there and make your room while you still can, have fun decorating, and I'll see you on the island.